My name's Jeremy Tomley.
Spike Richards with Saber Bats.
My name is Tasha Messer-Williams.
Benjamin Green.
My name is Seth Bories, and I am a modern-day bladesmith.
Whether it's down-home Southern cooking, skilled craftsmanship, or beautiful artwork, Mississippi is full of amazing people and amazing stories. So let them tell you what it means to be made in Mississippi.
My name is Seth Bories, and I am a modern-day bladesmith. I was born and raised on the coast in Mississippi, but have lived throughout different parts of the state my whole life. I've lived in Starkville, Mississippi. I've lived in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and now I reside completely on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and that's where I really like to call home. I got into bladesmithing back in 2015 by a very good friend of mine, Paul Labata. I had always bought knives from him. I was around 14 years old whenever I first bought my custom knife, and it was from him. And what ended up happening is every year I would buy a couple of custom blades from him, and he kept telling me that he would like for me to come and watch him in his shop. And so I came to his shop and watched him build that knife, and I was hook, line, and sinker ever since. Forged in Fire was one of the most stressful, fun experiences of my life because they gave us a task that was to make ladder pattern Damascus with an actual ladder. Now, the ladder was built out of high carbon steel, so that way it wasn't junk steel. Anything like that. It was all hardenable material. The rungs was 1084 and the sides was 15N20, so that way we could make our Damascus. And the thing that went through my head the most is that don't worry about the clock, just have an idea in your head, and this is where you want to be by this time, and this is where you want to be by this time, and just forge a knife. Even if you mess up, it doesn't matter. You're still doing what you love to do. So you want to try to stay as focused as possible while trying to have fun. It's most stressful fun. When forging a knife, you're taking a raw piece of steel and you are putting it in the forge and bringing it to its most malleable state. Not too hot to where the steel actually burns, but not too cold to where you can't move it, because it has to be moved with your hammer. So, like I said, it has to be in its most malleable state. And depending on the style of blade that you are making is the way you hit it with the hammer. Because if you're making, say, a good recurve blade, you got to hit it a certain way in order to make the blade have its curvature. You actually build a knife upside down, and it's kind of odd, how that works, but I'll definitely show you what I mean by that.
Watch the full episode on the WDAM 7 Plus app, the WDAM 7 YouTube page, or online at WDAM.com/madeinms.